Okay, hello grade 8s. So I've been really busy. I've got all of your math tests, I should say, already marked. The marks are there for you. If you open up your math test, you will see all of the grading, how it was done, and the final mark for that. A lot of you did really well. Nobody failed, so that's really good news. Okay, so what are we going to do for the remainder of the year? We have today, tomorrow, Friday, and then 5 more weeks of school. And we just found out that we will not be going back. We're going to be continuing to do the online learning until the end of June. So I was talking to Mr. St. John, and we have decided that we're going to do a little bit of geometry because I haven't done quite enough geometry yet. And then after looking at the documents, the curriculum documents, we've covered most things. So what we're going to do is for the last 5 weeks, we're going to spend 1 week per unit because we've got 5 different types of math. And we're going to do a 1 week blitz on each of the things that we've already covered and cover any little pieces that we may have missed along the way. And then that's going to be the end of the school year. Okay, we're going to do 1 week of number sense, 1 week of measurement, 1 week of geometry, 1 week of patterning, algebra, and then 1 week of data management, okay? So I've covered most things because I've been working really hard with you guys since September. We've got through quite a bit, but I wanna make sure that you're really ready for grade 9. So I wanna just go through everything one last time, give you a second chance to look at all of those concepts so that they're the freshest they can be in your mind before you hit September with grade 9. Okay, so we're going to start today with a little bit of geometry. We're going to work on that for today, tomorrow, Friday, and then we might just do geometry next week, and then geometry is done forever. And unfortunately, we have to cover my least favorite part of geometry, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And it's going to be the flip slides and turns, okay, which are the translations, rotations, and reflections. If you remember these from previous years, great. And if not, well, we're just gonna try to make our best way through this. Now, you will need grid paper for this. And you may not have any grid paper, I didn't. What I did was I just went online and I did a quick free PDF grid paper search, and I found a website that offered free printable PDF grid paper. I chose the kind where it's 3 squares inside an inch, and it's a good size, okay? So if you need to print some off, I would totally do that. I got mine from www.printablepaper.net, okay? And yeah, three squares to an inch is what I chose, and it's good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna flip over, and we are going to get started on translations, which are slides. Okay, so when we are talking about translations, we are talking about shifting a point or shifting a shape along a grid in whatever direction we want to go. So we could decide to start here and end up here, in which case we are shifting 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right and 2 units up. Or we could go like starting here and going down there, so it's still going to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and then down 2. Or we could start over here and we could go to the left, 3 say, and then down 2. So each of these shifts needs to be counted using the little blue bubbles. And what we can do is we can say things are going to shift using an ordered pair. So the first number in the ordered pair is the horizontal number, and then the second is the vertical. So in this case, I'm shifting 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be 4. And then I've got my 2 up. So it would be a 2, like this. Now this one, I've got my 5 across horizontally. So it would be 5. And I'm going 2, but I'm going 2 down. So it would be a -2 because I'm going down 2. And then with this one, because I'm shifting 3 horizontally to the left, I'm going -3. And because I'm going 2 units down, I'm going -2, okay? So we can show the movement with an arrow, or we can show the intended movement with the ordered pair, keeping in mind that the horizontal goes first and then the vertical goes second. And of course, horizontal is this way and vertical is this way. Okay, so then there's also another way that we can show this, and this is using a mapping pair. So a mapping pair are using these variables x and y. Now we're kind of getting to thinking a little bit about algebra. In grade 9, you're going to be doing algebra using x and y, and you're going to be doing a lot of mapping, which is kind of what's happening here, okay? So being able to know that that x is always representing that horizontal number, and that y is always representing that vertical number. What we can do then is we can say something like x equals, or x is like a positive 4, and y is like a negative 3. And then again, it's very similar to this ordered pair, okay? But keeping in mind that those are variables using the x and y. We call that a mapping pair, okay? So the next thing that we need to think about here is our grid. So we have here a grid like this. Now, the vertical axis is always called the x-axis, horizontal is called the x-axis, and the vertical is always called the y-axis, okay? So that's in keeping with our x and y lining up with our ordered pairs, okay? So you might have a shape here. Let me just draw a shape. I'm gonna draw a triangle. Let's go like this, there, and there. So this is gonna become a triangle now. I don't have a ruler, apologize for that. So we can call this A, B, and C. And we can write down A with our points, right? So point A is going to be 2 and 2, because that's where point A is. B is going to be 3 and 5. And C is going to be 7 and 3 on this particular axis here. But then I could say, all right, I want you to translate triangle ABC. I want you to translate that. Let's go, say 4 and 5. Okay, so that's our translation that we want you guys to do. So every point is going to go 4 horizontally and then 5 up vertically. Okay, so this is our translation here. So then, what does that mean for A prime, B prime, and C prime? Well, they're going to have new grid coordinates here, and we need to redraw this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, we're going 4 and 5 here. This is our translation here. So we're going to go 4 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got to go 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my new spot for A prime. So then I got to do the same thing for B. I got to go 4 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I got to go 5 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is my new location for B prime. And then for C, again, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is going to be my C prime. Then I can connect my triangle, and my triangle is going to be congruent here. My ABC triangle and my A prime, B prime, C prime triangle are going to be congruent, the exact same shape. I have just shifted it based on my translation amounts. And now I have a new location for A prime. It's going to be 6, 7. My B prime is going to be 7, 10. And my C location is going to be 11 and 8. And if I compare my locations here to my locations here, each of these units in the X location of my ordered pair is going to be an increase of 4. And my Y units are going to be an increase of 5. Okay? So your work today is going to be understanding how to slide things along if you're given an arrow, understanding the ordered pair, how it's showing location or showing movement, the mapping pair, and then being able to actually put some figures onto some grid paper. Okay, so you got to start by getting that grid paper. You can download that and then do some math questions. I am going to do the same work that I assign you, and I will post all the answers. But I need to see you guys submit to me so that I know that you're actually getting some work done here as well. Okay, have a great day, everyone. And yeah, tomorrow we will do rotations. Okay, see you later.